Welcome back to Celebrity Radio. It's Alex Belfield talking to some of the country's biggest stars and some of my favourite people. And we've got one for you today. Lisa Faulkner, how are you?
I'm very well, thank you. How are you?
Are you available and interested in a ginger sort of middle-aged failing man? Because you seem like the dream woman. You've got it all sorted and you cook up a storm and you're a big celebrity. This is marvellous. Would you consider me?
If I wasn't already taken, I would consider you.
The times I hear that. Do you know what, though? You have got a great career and you keep it classy, don't you? You only do good stuff and you stick to what you do best.
You know what? I feel very lucky. I feel very blessed. I know that I've acted for years, and then I did Celeb Masterchef, and I've always cooked, but then my whole career sort of turned into cooking, and I've sort of now gone back and done cooking and acting, and I feel really, really lucky. I love what I do. I work hard at it, but I really do love it. So yeah, I'm very blessed.
I suppose December is the busiest month of your year because it's all about cooking, isn't it? Really?
Yeah, the lead up actually to December is it's all about cooking. Yeah. So it's time for a break.
Well, that's what we're here to talk about today, because of course it's about indulgence in December, and then January people sort of lose the plot and get all obsessed with being healthy and then forget about it by February. But we're talking today about a campaign which is interesting about the amount we drink and the period in which we drink it, and there are alternatives like Eastenders Alt Gin, which is non-alcoholic. Can you taste the difference, I suppose, is the biggest question.
Do you know what? I think obviously there is a difference between gin and the alt gin, the Eastenders Alt Gin. It's very, very slight. And what I love about it is actually, I think the thing with a gin and tonic is that there is a ritual that goes with it. That you pour you get a nice glass and you put a load of ice in it and you put your gin in and you put your tonic and you put cucumber or rosemary or lemon, whatever you want, do you know what I mean, in it. And it's the same, you do the same with the cedars. So you put your measure of cedars in and then you put all your herbs and your tonic water. And that whole ritual of having a drink is still there, which I think gives you that placebo effect that feels very similar to having alcohol. And I think if you are doing dry January or you are wanting to be more mindful about how much you drink, that ritual is quite important to feel that you're still involved and included. Do you know what I mean?
Absolutely. I mean, I went to vodka and Diet Coke years ago because I was working out, I was eating enough calories in the drink, if you know what I'm saying, that I could have a free dessert. So it was sort of like that mathematic equation. Well, instead of having beer, I'll just go to that, and then every now and again I can have that, and I did lose weight. People forget that it is like eating. Drinking is eating, just in a different way.
I totally agree, and I know it's not all about losing weight, but the minute I didn't drink most of the summer, so I didn't even know I had much weight to lose. I am quite skinny, but I did lose those little bits of weight that I was like, oh my gosh, and that was just from not drinking. But we do forget it. We do forget and think, actually, if I don't drink, then maybe I could have a pudding once in a while, which is apparently just as bad. Sugar's just as bad for you. So, it's everything in moderation, isn't it?
What is your Christmas like? I mean, there you are at home. Were you there with the family? Did you have a private one? Did you have a big one? What did you do? We were away for Christmas, and then we had our big Christmas with our family a few days later, which was lovely because we sort of got a double Christmas. We always have, because we're, blended family. So we've got different children from different relationships. So we have all our families come together for a big Christmas. So it's really lovely because we still had turkey and we had beef Wellington and we had vegan Wellington. So everyone was catered for in our great big family, and we had just such a lovely day. I mean, I think Christmas is about, that whole period is about being with family and friends and just having a lovely time, isn't it? And it can be hard for people, and it can be joyous as well. It's about including as many people as you can, I always think. I'm not a professional, but if anybody comes in my kitchen on Christmas, I get very upset because I know what I'm doing and I know I want to do it. What happens when there's two pros in a kitchen? Are you fighting for the knives, or does there have to be a pre-agreement that, no, I'm doing this and you're doing that, or somebody's doing the whole thing?
Well, we usually do have a sort of, I'll do that, you do this, or I'll say, well, I'll do that bit and you do this bit, and we work really well together. It's really lovely because John's so, obviously, he's a brilliant chef, and he knows exactly what he's doing. And I came down on our Christmas morning and he'd done all the veg, and I was like, I was going to do the potatoes, do you mind doing them? He's like, no, you roast them,
because your roast potatoes are better than mine. I'm like, that's fine. You've just done all the boring peeling. So yeah, it's great. Works pretty well.
I'm so happy for you both. I've interviewed John many times because he's a top guest for a start, and he's funny and all that. Is it amazing for you to sort of be given another chance and another life? Because there's no guarantee, is there, when things go wrong in a relationship, that you're going to find somebody that's going to make you happier than before. Sometimes it's easier staying with the person you're with.
Do you know what, John, I feel very blessed that I've got a second chance with a lovely man, and we get on very well, and he's great. He's my best mate.
Talk to me about you and your life. I mean, there you are on the telly. You've always sort of been, well, popular and delicious and all of that stuff. And is there a pressure on you to look a certain way? Or at this point, do you not care? I mean, could you be the next Fanny Craddock, for example?
Fanny Craddock with her blue eggs. I love Fanny. Fanny and Johnny. I think as I've got older, what I've really noticed is that I want to be around. I want to be healthy. I want to be able to be around with my daughter, to work out with her, we do yoga together. Do you know what I mean? And I think that I've become much more mindful about what I'm eating and what I'm drinking, but I'm not necessarily... It is about what I look like, because I have always grown up in that world. I was a model, and I'm an actress, and I'm on telly, and you do worry about what you look like. So I do think it is part of me, but I try not to make it everything. There's a lot else underneath the surface, isn't there?
I think when your Twitter feed is full of more selfies than things that you're actually doing which are proper, you've got to worry, haven't you? And I think mental health is the other big thing. You always seem to have stayed sane. How easy is that in show business?
I don't think it is easy. And you know what we noticed? We had a very small New Year's Eve party, actually. And what I noticed was none of us had put any pictures on Instagram, because we hadn't had the time, because we'd just been having so much fun doing our karaoke and singing, and the kids were dancing, and everyone was together. And it was really lovely, quite refreshing, because everyone is so used to just going, I'm just going to do a quick post, or I do this and I do that. And we actually didn't do it till much later, because we'd all been actually enjoying the moment. And sometimes you forget that, don't you? And I think it's when you are in the public eye, there are things like Twitter and Instagram, but Twitter especially, where people can be quite hard on you, and you don't remember the lovely comments. What you remember are the mean ones, and they sort of stick with you for days, and you have to just be able to turn it off and go, everyone's got an opinion on you. Not everybody in the world is going to like you, and it's not the end of the world, but it's also not real, because what you give of yourself is not all of you, is it? So people just see a version of you, and then they think they know you. So I think it's about maybe sometimes turning your phone off and just being with the people that you like and you love and you want to hang out with, and not worrying about anybody else, and trying to be a good person, I think.
Lisa Faulkner, thank you so much for your time. Get some of this Cedars Alt Gin, come off the booze for January, and you'll be happier in February. That's what we're saying. Thank you for your time. I appreciate it.
Thank you.